Welcome everyone. This is the first episode of Pixel Podcast, and our members who will be joining us, we have Comrade Ketchup,
Hello.
we have No Limit,
Blip, blip, blip.
okay, and we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jeff here.
Yo.
And we're just going to talk about what we are feeling like, what we have on our mind. But the first topic that we're going to be talking about is if we think that games should be $70 or if we think that they should be that price or if they should be brought back down to 60 which is what they were previously. So now we can just talk about whatever, guys. Like, what is
Alright.
up? Like,
May I go first
go ahead.
or present? So I personally feel like depending on what kind of game it is, depending on how much content is, well, like obviously depending on how much content is in the game, it should be based on the price. So for just example, we have Helldivers. It is a pretty basic game and it's only like $40, but it technically has infinite content, which I think is good. And then like compare it to a game like, let's say, the new Star Wars game. It's like all glitch and it was rushed, and they're expecting you to pay $100 for it, which I just think is absolutely crazy for a game.
Like
I
Cyberpunk.
just feel like I
Yeah.
feel like you should get every single hour, or at least every single minute of a game should be how much it is. So if the game, let's say, has like a little bit more than like 200 hours, I feel like that game should be 60, around the $60 mark. But I feel like if it has 500 plus hours, then it should be, I feel like 70 is a fair price.
I agree. I agree with you fully,
But
honestly.
how would we judge that? Because like some people play games at different speeds, you know?
Ooh, Space Fox is talking about how the chat is completely messed up.
Womp womp, cry about it.
Oh boy.
Like,
It really
can you
is. It really is
elaborate
nice.
just a little bit more on that?
Who,
Like how?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what do you mean by like people taking the games at their own pace? Like, just
Oh,
explain
no limit.
a
Thank
little
you for
bit more.
this for the subscription for the fifth month in a
Um
row. Yo,
um
have you
or
man?
so like for example, my dad plays Baldur's Gate and he plays it very like he takes his time, you know what I mean? But like
Yep.
other people, like streamers, they usually just go super fast, go in, blow stuff up, and then like get out, and they just speed run it. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
what would how would we judge like playtime?
Well, I would say just do it off of the basis of how long it would take just a normal run. Like yes, people are going to speed run these games. They're going to go through them fast, but that's also their decision if they want to sit there for the, let's say, 50 plus hours to complete the game. If they want to do it in one go, that's fine. I don't think that there's a problem with that,
Well,
but
no, no,
I
no.
feel
I'm
like,
not talking about like actual speed running, just like going super fast
yeah.
through it.
I,
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know how
like
to.
just playing the game
How to
faster than like a normal person would.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like if they want to if they want to like play the 500 plus hours of a game and go through it faster, then I feel like it should still be the same price because it still is that 500 plus hours, or it's still that amount of hours, but you're specifically deciding to go faster. Or if, like, let's say
Yeah.
you don't want to do any of the side quests and you just want to play the game, then when you're buying the game, you should at least keep that in mind, because other people are going to want to take it maybe slower, maybe the normal speed, maybe they want to do all of the side quests before they even complete the game. It really just
Hmm.
depends on what preference, but I feel like what the game provides or what the game has in store for the player, however much content's in the game, should represent how much the game is. So the more the content, I feel like the more the game should be, but I feel like there also is a mark off to how much a game should be. Like, I don't think video games in their base form without any pre-ordering or any DLC should be above like $70.
So $70 would be the maximum for any game, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Well, if it has DLC connected to it, then that's a different story. But I'm just saying, like, if you just want the base game and nothing more, then 70 is the max. But if you want to pay more for like DLC or cosmetics, then that's your own choice.
Yeah.
I do have a question with this like pricing logic that you have here.
Hmm.
If it's a game that's like purely multiplayer, that's not necessarily a story game, and how
Yeah.
long it would take for you to like complete the game, like average, how would you like necessarily price something like Call of Duty or Dead by Daylight? Like how
Okay.
would that work? Because
All right. Well, I'm gonna use Dead
these
by Daylight.
games are
So
also like on the cheaper side of the scale, other than Call of Duty. Call of Duty is like hella expensive, and
So
I honestly don't know why they're priced
so
so high.
Flippy, can I elaborate on that?
Go ahead.
Let's take an example like I don't know, Rainbow Six Siege. $70. I paid $70 for Rainbow Six Siege. It doesn't have a single player. Well, it did, but doesn't have a single player. It's purely multiplayer. And honestly, it's not worth $70. It's worth $40.
I agree. I got the game for free personally, but
dang.
Lucky you.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I think it should be more like 40.
I'm gonna be
I
honest,
no.
like $40 games like usually tend to be like or like have like some of the most replayability in my opinion from my experience. For example, Dead by Daylight is like I think it's like $30, right?
Yeah, 30, 40.
Yeah, like the lower priced games tend to have some of like the best gameplay from my experience. Like Rainbow Six Siege, I don't think it should be $70. I think that's absolutely like just completely outrageous.
Yeah.
But like if it were to be priced fairly, I would say like maximum 50, minimum 30 for a game like that that's not on sale. But like if they also add like a story mode into a game, I feel like that can add to the price, but at the same time, I think it would be better to add that as a DLC rather than something that's just added onto the price because not everyone's gonna want to play that, you know?
If there was a
What
story
about
mode to Rainbow Six, that's like 45, 50. But continue.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm just saying, like, to price games on how long it takes for you to play it, I'm not sure that's really gonna work very well with like for every game to be priced. I feel like it should be priced on like the gameplay, right? The like how good it is, right? Like how good the graphics are, how well it plays with like the frames, how well is it on like just a console or PC? Like how like can the normal PC handle these games, you know? Like I would think that like most games actually, like if they want to sell more, I think they should be priced a lot cheaper than they are now. Like for example, Lethal Company is an $8 game and is one of the most sold games on Steam, I believe, right? Isn't that true?
it's
Not
up
going to
there,
argue with
but
that statement.
Yeah,
It's up there, yeah.
it's up there, yeah.
it's not like I
And
think it's top like 100,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, in even that game has still gone on sale, right?
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
it for $3 actually.
yeah. So like
What about a game? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. So just like games that tend to be on the cheaper side, like are able to like, reach a much larger audience than the normal like $70 game because not everyone is willing to, spend a lot of money, on a game that they may or may not like.
Hmm.
So,
What about a
yeah.
game like GTA 5 where it has a story mode, but it also has a
Online.
online? Yeah. Like how would we price that?
To be honest, I don't know. So like this wasn't my idea of how it should be priced. I don't think it should be priced that way. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how that logic will really go. I mean, like I guess if you like crunch down the numbers enough, sure, but like I think that would be a complete pain rather than just like how much money you've like put into the actual game. Like how much money it costs to produce it. Because I mean, I think that'd probably be like the best way to price a game fairly. Because like
Hmm.
these AAA games have a lot of money put into them, which I think is the main reason of why they're priced so high. And for example, Lethal Company, that like just didn't like just one person make that. Like
It
Yeah.
was like
yeah,
2 or 3 people, I
yeah,
think. You know.
yeah. Well, like besides the point, like there wasn't a big team. It didn't cost them a lot to make the game.
Yeah, it was an indie game.
Yeah, Yeah, and then that would be priced a lot cheaper, you know. So I don't know. I think the way it's priced now is it makes sense, but I do think that the games shouldn't have that much money spent on them to begin with, because making or like taking that much of a gamble to like say like this might be a hit or you know whatever isn't worth it, because if you were to just put a little bit of money into a game and focus purely on gameplay and how that game feels, I think then you'd wanna go into like graphics and how the game looks, rather than like just say like the main selling point of a game is like it looks realistic or it looks like real life. Because personally, when I'm looking for a game, I want something that is like really good gameplay wise, really fun, and I can also play with my friends, or something that's just like worth it because it's just so fun, right? And then if it has good graphics, that's just a plus. But I don't know about you guys, but that is something that I look for in games. Like I don't know if you guys
I
think
would
differently
agree
about
with
that.
you on
Yeah.
that.
I don't. For me, graphics don't really make a huge like. Or graphics aren't the deciding factor whenever I buy a game, unless it's a game that's purely for graphics, like what's that game? Body Cam, for example, what has like ultra realistic graphics. Like usually, I play games that are super low poly, which means that they're not realistic at all. But usually they're cheaper, and usually they also have better gameplay, in my opinion. I don't know why. That's just
Yeah.
what I've noticed.
I mean that's
I have a
fair. Comrade, do you have anything to say about that, or is it just gonna be no
Um,
comment?
like going off of graphics, um, let's take a game like, for example, Mortal Kombat. I don't play it because it looks good. I play it because of the gore, and I play it because of, well, it's a freaking Mortal Kombat game. This franchise has been, I'm sorry.
So you play
This
it for the
franchise,
gameplay.
Yeah,
this franchise has been at it for what, 30 years?
maybe. I don't know.
About, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, so
about
what
30
I
years.
understand from that is you play games for like the
The gameplay.
For the gameplay and the story.
no.
If it
And
has a
and the
story.
violence?
You,
'Cause
you
you said gore.
are,
Yeah,
But that's part of the gameplay though, right?
Well, yeah,
yeah,
but I
I'll
mean,
give you
like
that.
he
I'd say it's
specifically
different.
said the gore.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's different.
like if he said like just the fighting style and like how brutal it is, then that's different. But like he specifically said gore, so I just wanted to get closure on that. Like, do you like nothing wrong with liking games that are gorier, but it's like, is that a genre that you also like? Is something that's like gory or violent? Like,
I mean, I used to hard grind Call of Duty, so I don't really know what else to. I mean, Call of Duty is semi-violent, right?
Um,
mm,
And I haven't played Call of Duty
yeah,
in
yeah, it
yeah. I
is.
mean,
weeks.
yeah. I mean, Call of Duty is a very violent game. Just saying it's semi-violent isn't necessarily giving it enough credit. It's a very violent game
Yeah,
with
I
the stuff
mean,
that you can
but
do.
I honestly think Call of Duty's fallen off. That's a different topic.
I mean, we could talk about that, but like I don't know if
No,
everybody
no,
plays enough COD
it's
here.
it,
Um,
it's a different topic.
Okay.
I I
And
want to get back to the topic about graphics, if you don't mind, just for a minute.
Yeah, you
Go
got
Um,
it.
for it.
so I personally love low graphic games. I mean, anyone knows about the company Puppet Combo. I mean, their games are
All right.
literally meant to look like a PS2 game, but I like that kind of charm because it has a charm to it. But also, it's just their gameplay and the way they make their games are just so unique, and that's what really drags me. I like it when games are unique and they bring something to the table that a game hasn't brought to the table. Like, just for example, let's just like Helldivers and then the new game that just released, Warhammer 40,000. They are basically the same game, but one is $70 and one is $40.
Yeah. Do you wanna
And
do you
which
wanna
is
say something
Warhammer.
about Puppet Combo games, by the way?
what?
Okay, so something that I've noticed about like every single Puppet Combo game that I've known is the sound design is very, very good on like how it's like spine chilling almost with like older games. It's like that is what makes the game like scary or like worth playing is like the sound design of it. Because like in these games, it's like how did they get these noises or like it's just like I don't know, disturbing to listen to almost with just
I don't
like
know.
the certain I don't know monsters or whatever like what you're going up against in the game. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
like
I personally
yeah.
don't get scared at all. But whenever I play puppet combo games and like, let's say just for example, the Nun Massacre, the noise that she makes actually makes me want to run away faster just so I can stop hearing it because it just makes me feel so unnerved and so uncomfortable to the point where I cannot even play puppet combo games at night or in the dark or anything. I literally have to play it in the day because the noises are just so just I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, sound design in a game is very important, and like with with lots of games, like yeah, sure, the gameplay is really really good, but like if you don't have sound design on top of good gameplay or unique gameplay, then the game's not necessarily gonna feel I don't know complete if that makes sense. Kind of like if you have a song and there's no bass, it kind of feels empty if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Um.
yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You can go
Okay.
first.
But yeah, like anyways, what I was saying is just like sound design in games is another big selling point for me when I'm looking for like games to buy. Like if you're playing a Mortal Kombat game and it doesn't sound realistic, is it really gonna be as good of a game than if it sounds like you're actually like putting your fist through someone's chest and ripping out their heart? Like or like
I
doing all these other stuff. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Can I actually add on to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching a video about how about Scorpion's spear and the background voice saying "Get over here."
Get over
It,
here. Sorry,
it
go ahead.
hasn't been the voice of Ed Boon since Mortal Kombat X.
Ed
Who
Goon?
did it? What now?
Ed Goon?
Ed Boon. Ed
Oh,
Boon,
I thought you
one
said
of
Ed Goon. Oh gosh,
No.
sorry.
Ed Boon, one of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat. It hasn't been the voice of Ed Boon since Mortal Kombat X. And the whole topic of what?
No, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Like the whole topic of Scorpion Spirit is it hasn't sounded good because in Mortal Kombat 11 it didn't sound like Ed Boon. It sounded like computerized. It was quiet and hasn't really been good since Mortal Kombat X. And as a Scorpion main, I feel like I agree with that.
So for y'all, what I understand from that is uh,
Go ahead.
sound design is like a massive part in like whether you want to buy a game or not.
Sound design is very, very.
What would y'all rather have or a free multiplayer game with a ton of DLCs or a paid multiplayer game with little to no DLCs, and it costs like $25 to $30, but it's like a top game, like
I would rather just pay up
Pico
front.
Park, for instance.
I mean, like, so is the free game like so if you're putting like a side by side game like let's just say they're both identical, right? Are you saying that like we would rather prefer to have this over that or what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think I would rather pay like up front rather than having to spend like a little here, a little there. That will end up adding probably more than if you were to just buy a game in the start.
No, no,
I'm
no, no,
with.
no, no. What I'm
Oh,
talking about with
sorry.
DLC is like, um, it's not part of the main gameplay loop. It's just like on the side
Cosmetic.
where you can buy like skins. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can buy skins.
Oh,
You can unlock additional gameplay, but it
I'm
won't
sorry. Like that
interfere.
just that already exists. It's called Fortnite.
Well, I feel like
No,
it really.
no, but it doesn't. I'm talking about a game like Pico Park.
Oh, okay. I'd rather pay up front.
Yeah.
For me personally, I feel like it depends on how you do it. Cause, like, for example, I know this is true, but like, let's say Dead by Daylight was a free game, right?
W.
And one of the only things that they made you pay for was skins and the killers. I personally feel like that wouldn't be too bad because of the pricing, or because like the killers aren't too much, and it has in-game credits that you can also use to get certain stuff. I just feel like it depends on how you approach it. If it's like Fortnite where you have like 10,000 things in the battle pass, and V-Bucks, not that they are expensive, but like you have to spend a lot of money just to get like one skin, it just makes me not really want to spend money or play the game too much. But for example, with Dead by Daylight, if I were to buy a killer, then I would want to get that killer to prestige. I'd want to get all of the perks and everything upgraded for them. I'd want to grind the game so I can get the in-game credits so I can get a skin for them. It actually gives me a reason to play the game besides just
An
enjoying
incentive.
it. Yeah. I just personally feel like it depends on how you approach it. If you put like 10,000 things and it's like really, really expensive, then it's just a lot of people aren't going to want to play the game. But if you approach it as in, here's a whole like thing, and you can unlock things with just buying this one thing, just by playing the game, then that makes me want to be like, oh, I'll buy this, and then it gives me another reason to play the game, a little bit more motivation to grind it out more.
That's fair.
Hmm.
But I just feel like it depends on how you do it, honestly.
All right. Yeah. So is that the end of the topic, or is there anything else that we need to talk
I
about?
would like to do one more thing,
Okay, go ahead.
because I was waiting to see if anyone would talk about this, but what are y'all's opinions on remaking games and bringing them up to speed with graphics wise, and then having those games as like $60 games or the $70
It
games,
depends.
like the Wake, like for example,
Alan
Resident
Wake?
Evil series, Alan Wake, the upcoming Silent Hill remake. Like those games are like from the PS2 era, PS1 era. And do you think that it is appropriate for them to remake them and then slap that $60, $70 price tag?
Well,
If you are gonna remake, then
yeah.
give it the original price tag.
Not
Well,
Like, for example, like Black Ops
I
2.
I
If
don't
you
know.
remaster Black Ops 2, give it the $65 price tag that it was in,
Um,
what, 2008?
I mean,
Yeah, but with inflation and everything, you can't really do that because
um,
99.99% of the time, if you're remaking a game, it's because it's either a straight up retro game or just a game from like PS2, PS3 era.
yeah. So I
So
mean, like, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
All right. So, anyways, like me personally, if you remake a game, I only think that you should do that if you're not going to change anything crucial or anything too big about how the game works. Because sometimes when you have like a remake, the gameplay is actually different than the actual original, and it can feel like almost a different game entirely, but it's titled as as a remake or
It's a little
whatever.
misleading.
Yeah. So I don't know, like
I mean,
if they should be
sorry.
priced as the original, because I really don't think so. Because like usually when they're making a remake, it's usually like upping the graphics mostly. Um, so and when you do that, that just has more money put into it. So I don't think that should be the original price tag, because again like inflation, but you're also spending more money on the project altogether.
I personally think it depends on how much they remake. Like for example, Resident Evil 2 remake, it has a lot of things that are from the original game, and it basically is, but they added so much more. They added like they've added more to the game, plus what the game originally was, which is why I think it is worth the 60, I think it's the $60 to $40 price tag at what it is right now. But like Resident Evil used to be like a more enclosed game. The camera angles were really weird, but they not only did they fix that, but they added more story, they added more depth, they added more lore. They just add a little bit more to what already exists. And then let's say like for example Nintendo, they usually just take a game from like the Wii era or N64 era, polish it up a little bit, and then slap the $60 price tag, which I don't think is worth it. I think that if you take a game and just all you do is just make it look a little bit better or just polish it up graphics wise, I feel like it should be a lower price than the $60 to $70. But if you actually change or upgrade the graphics and add more into the game itself, then I feel like it is worth the $60 to $70 depending on how much you put in.
That's fair. That's fair.
I
Does
have
anybody else have
a
it? Yeah, go ahead.
so know how know how EA for all of their like sports games know how they make like a new game every single year.
Mhm.
Do you think they should do that, or do you think that they should just release major updates for the games?
Major
I
updates.
think they should. I think they should do that because rosters change. Um, rosters
Frequently.
change. A couple years ago, with the Washington Commanders, they changed their name. Their
Yes, but
names
they can just change.
change.
They can literally just change the names and the players, or not players.
Roster.
Or they can make them limited
Yeah,
characters.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that too.
like I don't know why you have to make a whole nother game and then just price it as a $70 game and then just on top of that, like it goes on sale like to like
That's
20
why I
bucks
hate
in like a month.
F1 EA franchise because they always price their games like $80 to $90 for Champions Edition, and I like always get Champions Edition, and it's just so annoying because you have to spend like hundreds of dollars just to be able to play the game.
Yeah, just to play the game every year.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you're
Oh,
doing a yearly subscription just to play a game.
yeah.
That's why I stopped playing NHL because I enjoyed the game. It's just I to just even keep up with it, I had to pay $60 to $70 every year, and it's basically the same game, just new rosters. Like, why are you charging $70? I feel like sports games in general should be cheaper than a regular game, in my opinion. Especially EA sports games. Since they're basically just a copy and paste every year, they just change the rosters and the teams and all that stuff.
And that's what people say about Call of Duty. But like at
Call of Duty's
least
different though.
You can't
at
compare the
least
two.
yeah, I know. But like at least Call of Duty, like it's usually like a different timeline and it's like it's a whole different studio that makes it. So it's like it's like a different so it's like the same game but with like a different filter put on almost. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
But like to be honest, yearly releases, I have like mixed feelings about it, to be honest. I'm like I used to be someone who bought every year's like newest Call of Duty. And then that just went downhill. And now I got high hopes for BO6, but I don't know. Some people do that.
Firm,
I kind of like felt like, that was just too much money just to keep spending where it's like it might even just be a mediocre game or something that I just will play for 2 weeks.
That's
for
why I
me,
think certain games should have demos. Sorry to interrupt.
100%. I think every single game that costs more than like $10 or okay, maybe not $10, maybe like 15, $20 should
I'd
have
say
a
above 40.
demo. Really?
I'd
Yeah,
say
I
like
agree.
probably like the 30 or 40 because like usually games that are 30 and 40 already have, or honestly, or what you can do is you can just wait for other people to play the game. I mean, that's what I do. I don't pre-order games anymore. If it's a game I'm excited about, I usually wait till the game comes out, watch people play it and watch reviews, and then if it's a game that I am, seem interested in or that looks something like I would play, then I'll just buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like demos should still exist, or betas, or like for example, like the Call of Duty beta. I like how they made it open to everyone, because then everyone can play it, and then people can
And then see
decide
if they wanted to
whether or
buy
not
it.
they want to play it. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like they made a lot of money just by doing that, and I
No,
feel like
it's a genius idea, honestly.
it is. I feel like a ton of game studios are going to be doing that from now on.
Or like, for example, every now and then, I know I'm the #1 Dead by Daylight glazer, but Dead by Daylight, a lot of the times they usually have their game for free on like Epic Games, on Steam, or on like just everywhere for like a weekend, for like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can just download the game and play it, and then if you enjoy it, you can buy it, and if not, then you know you don't have to play it. I mean, it's 3 days, which gives you enough time to really play it and really get into it and see if you like it. And let's say you just want to play it for those 3 days, then that's completely fine. But I feel like when games do that, it has more, it brings more people in and brings more people to the game.
Yeah.
Now, this is a completely different topic if y'all are cool with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
Something I found out, like, well, more like a reminder this morning. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the alphabet song was completely changed to the
Oh
point.
my lord, I saw
Oh
that
my
on
Dude.
TikTok.
It was changed to what?
It like so
It's so bad now.
you know the LMNOP part of the alphabet song?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was completely changed to the point where it doesn't sound like the same song anymore.
What the hell?
And it
All of
was
it was changed.
no,
That's just
no,
all
it
of it was
wasn't.
changed. All of
Uh,
it was changed. It was because it was changed very
to make it
or it had a
slower,
bunch
yeah,
of
because
minor
like
tweaks. It had
yeah, kids were having trouble saying LMNOP, and now after 200 years of having a song that was like meant to teach kids how to say the alphabet in the correct order, it has been changed because kids are slow in the newer generation.
They're fucking stupid.
Like
Uh,
I
Right.
I see
Annoying.
I'm kind of concerned on how like the Gen Alpha is gonna turn out because being like mostly raised during COVID and having an iPad and access to like basically all the world's knowledge at such a young age, I feel like has such an impact to brain development and how you turn out like as a person, like as a whole. Like I'm kind of worried honestly on how that's gonna turn out. I don't know about you guys, but it kind
I
of
feel
worries
like
me a little bit.
95% of Gen Alphas are just brain rot, brain rot, brain rot.
Yeah, yeah. You're in there.
I mean,
What?
there's the occasional like there's the handful of people who are actually competent in the brain, but
Just a
That's
few.
being raised by parents who grew up in the 1970s, older
What?
siblings
I
who
feel
grew
like
up in the 90s and early. I feel like I grew up 2000s kid rather than a 10s kid. Because go for it.
I think the reason that all this or Gen Alpha is so like stupid or whatever is because
Oh,
is
Oh
Yeah.
my
because
god.
you're live on.
Man, the fact that they're so
No.
fucking
Damn.
stupid.
But they are. I'm not wrong. I mean, I'm not saying it
Oh,
super
God.
gingerly.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, just know you fit in that category, my guy.
I bet my IQ's higher. I can assure you my IQ's higher than yours.
Whatever, dude. Go for it.
Oh,
Just saying, if a kid comes up to me
IQ
and says
off.
"skibbity toilet," he's getting a slap in the face. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
No, but like, I saw this, not too long ago, but compared to the average IQ of Gen Alpha, or sorry, compared to the average IQ of Gen Z, sorry, my fault. Gen Alpha is 40 to 60 IQ points lower average,
What?
Yeah, that's so it's insane.
which
That's actually kind of
which means
believable.
the average Gen Alpha is basically legally slow.
Quite literally room temperature IQ.
Yeah. And I'm
Assuming
not
because
like again, I'm not sure if that's really true, because I only looked it up a couple times, like to prove my point, because I thought it was really funny.
the average IQ in the United States is what, like 98 IQ, right?
Yeah,
No,
let's say that.
it's 99, but yeah, go ahead.
90, yeah, close enough. So that would mean if it's 40 IQ points lower, then that's
40 to 60 IQ points.
yeah,
Keep that.
40 to 60. I'm saying on like
The higher end.
yes,
God.
that would mean that they would have what 59 IQ,
Yeah.
which
That is the
below room
temperature of
IQ.
that's the temperature of what it is outside right now. That is concerning.
It's below room temperature.
The,
What it is.
like on the higher end is what we're talking about. The higher
Mhm.
end. Keep that in
It's-
mind. Keep that in mind. That the higher end of the average Gen Alpha IQ is below room temperature. What? See, this is what happens when a kid in the pandemic has access to all of the internet and Skibidi Toilet.
Dude. I don't know how Skibidi Toilet became a thing. It's so stupid.
I don't know. I think it only took
I
off.
feel like I'm losing brain
Like-
cells. Can
like-
you please change the
Like,
topic?
no. I honestly think it only took off just because of like what is it called? Like of the fact that a lot of younger kids are being given like devices. Like I was given my first phone when I was 14, which I think was amazing. Like for me personally, because I feel like I would have turned out a lot dumber than I am now. Like
I was given my first phone when I was
not
12.
not that I'm not stupid, which I am. But like I genuinely think I would have turned out a lot worse than I am now if I was given access to the internet at a younger age. Cause like when you're learning and you think that this is how things are, you kind of do monkey see, monkey do, if that makes sense, and you will repeat these actions, and then that will just be your new normal. So if you see these people doing dumb TikTok trends, etc., where you're like biting
Inhaling
into
Tide Pods.
yeah, we were like eating Tide Pods or the Benadryl challenge. Just don't. Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
And then the
Tripod
Kia
do taste
boys.
good though.
The Kia boys. Have you heard about
Shut
that?
up. I don't think you can say that on Twitch.
No. It's like it. th- There's so much bad stuff on the internet to where if you have access to this at a young age, where I genuinely think it would mess you up royally in the head.
Yeah. I don't think it was as much of a problem, what, like 5, 7 years ago?
Before the pandemic, essentially.
Yes. Before the pandemic, it was not. It was like half as bad.
Brain
I feel like
rot
it's just video
started when everyone was in quarantine.
Yeah.
Because no one had anything to do and everyone went crazy. So they're like, this one guy was just like, he was sitting down. He's just, I gotta have this idea for YouTube. Why don't I put a head in a
Skibidi
toilet
Oh my
and just
god.
scream skibbity skibbity dub dub yes? Oh my god, that's so genius.
Dude.
I think
I
that
mean,
needs
the
to
fact
run
someone went had the thought process of that scares me.
Yeah.
How old was this person roughly?
I don't know.
Lindsay, I know that.
I can search it up.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Put it in the group chat. I'll watch it.
I can't wait to
I'll
can't wait
watch
to
it.
search up on my here I'll share
The
here.
podcast will get to see what we're talking about.
Here.
What a treat. What a treat. Here. Let's see.
Alright, don't click on it yet. Don't click on it yet.
Oh, my fault.
Don't click on it yet.
My fault. Wrong button I clicked. Hold up. Okay. Let me know when.
Let me watch the stream.
Okay, you can go on now.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. So we got this guy. So this guy right here is the guy that created Skibidi Toilet. Makes sense.
I can't see it yet.
Okay, I'll just wait. No problemo. Skibidi Toilet 76, season 25, episode 2. What?
I'm still not
It's
able to
like
see
an
it.
anime.
Season 25.
Season
That
20.
is actually
Oh,
crazy.
season 25.
Yeah, I see. Did
Skibidi
I hear
Toilet.
season 25, episode
Okay,
2?
I can't actually see this for some reason. It's just
Hmm.
loading and taking
Here,
forever.
I'll just
I'm gonna look up the wait. Hold on. I'm just gonna go on YouTube.com. Hold up. YouTube.com.
He who is coming.
that is not the right guy. That is not the right guy.
Hold up.
Markiplier.
Oh, wait,
Skibidi.
he's 31 years old.
Skibidi Toilet.
Wow.
Let's see here.
Bro is 31.
This person has 43.7 million subscribers, which are probably all children who are legally
What's his name?
stupid.
What's his name?
Legally stupid.
And the last episode was released literally, oh my god, episode 77 part 2. There's part 2s to episodes apparently. Makes sense. Oh my god.
You need that in, like,
Uploaded 2
Disney.
weeks ago, had 19 million views. Think about it. 19 million people watched
Watch.
the latest Skibidi Toilet video.
Really?
And majority of them, I can guarantee you, are under the age of 8. Which is very crucial to how you
I'm not
like
denying
how
that.
you learn. This stuff scares me, and not that I think you should put laws behind this, just that I think there should be very strong suggestions to parents on like when you can give your kid a device, if that
Agreed.
makes sense. Because not that this person's doing anything wrong. In fact, they're doing something right in like as a business standpoint. Just the fact that parents, right? Not that I'm saying like that they're a bad parent if you or that you're a bad parent if you do this.
They're a bad
Because
parent.
you're not. Okay. I'm just saying, think about it. If you're giving your kid access to basically every single bit of information that is known, and you're giving your little kid access to all of that, they're going to find the stupidest stuff because that is what they are attracted to, right? Like as a little kid, you like poop jokes. You like potty humor. That's stupid. They're gonna watch Skibidi Toilet. They're gonna find this stupid stuff, and they're gonna get attracted to it, and they're gonna think, this is cool. I'm gonna do that. And then they are
It's so
going to repeat it.
stupid is what
Share it
is.
to the other kids who are gonna think, damn, Skibidi Toilet sounds pretty cool, dude. I want to watch that, like, Skibidi Slider Ohio Phantom Tax,
I
like,
love that one.
Skibidi Toilet stuff, dude.
I love using ironic brain rot. It's so funny. It makes me giggle every time somebody uses ironic
the
brain rot.
whole brain rot stuff is just so confusing to me and so weird, but it's kind of funny. It's funny if someone who isn't a little kid says it, because then you're just concerned.
Yeah.
Like I've had little kids come up to me, like not just at school, but like just like elsewhere, you know, and like not only like just to me, but like to other random people, and are just saying Skibidi.
Oh my
And
lord.
then going Skibidi dot 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 yes yes. There is literally a video of a kid who is trying to calm himself down from getting a flu shot and screaming Skibidi dot 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 yes yes. And I swear to God, I wanted to throw my phone. I wanted to throw my phone because he was crying and screaming out that to calm him down. So that is like all this kid consumes on the internet is that, and that's gonna mess you up in the brain. But anyways, we don't really have a whole lot of time for much more to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. But if there's anything else that you guys want to say about this topic before this podcast is put to an end for our episode 1 of Pixel Podcast, just go ahead and put it out there.
Brain rot should be stopped. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Is there anything else? Comrade? You didn't really say a whole lot this podcast.
I was kind of letting you guys talk about it. It was Jeff's topic, so I was gonna let him kind of take it over. I know it's your Twitch channel, but I was gonna let him do his stuff. But I think we should resort back to the ways of the Aztecs, and if there's anything wrong
what?
with you, I think we should resort back to the ways of the Aztecs, and if there's anything even remotely wrong with you,
Oh.
you should be put to the stake.
I thought you said something else.
That is
Yeah.
what I heard.
You should be put
All
down.
good.
If there's anything,
Anyways, so
if there was anything wrong with you,
comrade,
you should be
is
put
there
down.
anything
What's up?
stopping us from putting you down? If that was the case. No, there's not. So
Yes,
I
yes,
wouldn't
there
say
is. Yes, there is.
um, let's see. Okay. Do you think it would be fun at the end of a podcast or every podcast episode that for whoever's like I guess topic was put out there, what was like the most concerning or interesting or like that you agree with most? And then whoever does that or whoever wins gets to pick who chooses the first topic in the next episode. Do you think that's fun?
That'd be fun. I'd
Yeah.
I like
Why
that.
don't we
I like
just
that.
do a rotation?
Well, then it would be competitive. And you'd have to think about it ahead of time. So it'd be more
Competitive podcasting.
competitive podcast.
Competitive passing.
But yeah.
I
Okay,
like
so
the rotation idea.
well, then you're never gonna win, dude. Come on now. We all know that.
What do you mean?
No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
I think it's just best if we go in a circle, or like we go in a circle, and then each time we do another rotation, we just randomize
All right.
who's in that
Circle.
rotation.
All
Like
right
for
then.
example, we go Jeff, Flippy, limit me, or
Yes.
Jeff, me, limit Blippy. I don't know.
Okay, but okay. Here, how about we just how about
Discuss
we
that
think
in
about this
chat.
off the podcast?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I am going to put the Pixel podcast to a stop, but thank you just everybody for listening and just being here in general. If you think that we should continue doing this or just if we should just do more things like this or etc., let me know. Like tell me in my Discord server or if I put this on YouTube, let me know in the comments. Or if you think that there's certain or topics that you'd want us to talk about, let us know. We might put that on there. Who knows?
Might take
Yeah.
interest.
Anyways,
know.
thank you like everybody again for listening.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Comrade. Thank you, No Limit. Thank you, Jeff. And
My ears!
anyways,
Did I just do that? Wait, did
Please
I just
crop
do
that out. All right. Please edit that out when you're editing
anyways,
this down, please.
and that's a wrap to our
Bye,
first
guys.
episode of Pixel Podcast.
All
Thank
right.
you guys so much.
Bye, guys.
Mm.